Grab you a milkshake and a hamburger. We're talking Riverdale. This is a review for Riverdale, Chapter 32, The Prisnors. So, quick recap from the last episode. At the end, we found out that the Black Hood is back, and he killed off Midge. If you don't remember who Midge is, that's okay. They didn't really use her a lot throughout the series. She just kind of pops in every once in a while. She was dating Moose. She was with him, making out in the car, doing some JJ when Black Hood showed up and started shooting at them both. And like I said, she's just been Midge's girlfriend, even though Midge has a thing for the fellers. But he keeps that on the down low on the side. And Midge is what they call his bread or his beard. Basically, he's just dating her to keep up the appearance that he is a heterosexual. Anyway, like I said, they killed off poor Midge. And they started out the end the episode at her funeral where Cheryl pleasures revenge. Her and the Vixens, the cheerleaders, are going to go out and find the Black Hood. Which, first off, was Midge even a Vixen? Because once again, I don't remember ever seeing her in the scenes with the cheerleading practice. But maybe she was. Anyway, like I said, Cheryl and her Vixens, they're out to get the Black Hood. And they also want to see Sheriff Keller get fired, which is something I've been predicting that at some point people would like, yay, the sheriff sucks at his job. More on that later. But anyway, so they start out kind of with an investigation about how Midge got killed. You know, they interview Jughead, and he's like, I got the tapes. They don't look at the tapes. I'm like, oh. I guess they're saving that for later episodes. I get the feeling that we're going to get a clue as to who the killer is by watching that video. And they interview Ethel, you know, the big girl who wanted the role of Carrie but didn't get it. But she's like, no, I was okay with harassing Cheryl, but I didn't want to kill Midge. It wasn't that important to me. And then that's kind of the end of that investigation, which I didn't get. I mean, they got the Black Hood killer back, and you've got Archie. He's going to be investigating it, and Betty's going to be investigating it. But they go off on kind of these tangents, and they didn't focus on, okay, how did this person kill Midge? You know, were they hiding behind the scenes of the play? Because that's where Midge got killed off. They were doing Carrie the musical, and you know, the set had this closet where Midge was supposed to be inside because, you know, if you ever watched Carrie, that's a big plot point there. When they open the door, Midge is all dead, stapled to the wall with knives and scissors and whatnot. So someone had to be inside that set or something. And I was thinking maybe it wasn't the Black Hood, it's just someone pretending to be the Black Hood, and then who would want to kill Midge? And they did kind of set up some suspects for that, like with her boyfriend. Moose was kind of mad, and we saw her talking to Fangs Fogarty in her dressing room, and like, oh, nothing's going on here, nothing at all. So you know something was going on there. So yeah, like I said, we just kind of get a story where Betty, she goes off to investigate the Black Hood, and so does Archie. We'll start with Archie. So he goes out, he goes back to the house where they had the massacre back in the 70s with the janitor's family, and he gets ambushed by a bunch of guys in black hoods. Turns out it's Nick St. Clair, the would-be rapist. He's back in town. He wants revenge on Archie and Veronica because they fucked his life over. And turns out his family, like Veronica's, is into organized crime. He says, I got to make my bones. I'm going to kill Archie. But first, I'm going to get some money from him because he sort of, you know, he calls up Veronica. He's like, give me $1 million. Your boyfriend's dead. And, you know, Veronica goes to their parents and, like, we're not going to pay it. That will make us look weak. So Veronica has to figure out how to save Archie on her own. She, you know, steals some money from her parents, but it's not enough. And then Nick's like, hey, you can make up the balance by, you know, having sex with me. And just to be an extra douchebag that Nick St. Clair is, he sets up a feed where, you know, Archie can watch Nick and Veronica have sex. And he says to Archie, I'm still going to kill you. So, yeah, but his plan backfires because Veronica roofies him and Archie escapes anyhow. And then they turn the tables on him, call up his parents and said, hey, you want him back alive? We need $1 million. They get $1 million. That's the end of that. Yeah, that was interesting, but I don't really know if it added anything to the storyline. I wonder if we'll see Nick again because he's really going to want revenge. Because, boy, if they fucked him over. But, he had it coming to him. Okay, so back to the Black Hood and Betty. She goes to the orphanage because she knows that the janitor, grew up there after his family got wiped out. And she's thinking her brother, Chick, he was there too. So maybe the two of them met and Chick was working with the janitor. And they were both kind of the Black Hood. While there, she finds out that, Chick is not her brother. Some other guy is, because she's going through the files and he sees a picture of, who her brother's supposed to be, and it doesn't look like Chick at all. So they go back, they beat up Chick, and, they confront him at the Cooper house and like, hey, you're not the real Chick. He goes crazy, he tries to knife him. They beat him up, tie him down, start pounding him for information. We find out that, the real Chick is dead, and is an imposter. Called it. Not exactly how that turned out, how I predicted. It didn't turn out exactly how I predicted. I did predict that Chick was not the real Chick, not the real missing Cooper kid. But I thought the one guy who showed up at their house, who he killed, was the real Chick. No, that was just some guy, and he probably did. The fake Chick probably did kill the real Chick. And, Betty finds this out. Also, we find out that real Chick's father was FP. Even though Alice said he wasn't. She goes to him and she's like, I gotta tell you the truth. I had your baby, I gave him up for adoption. Then at some point he got killed by some guy who's pretending to be my son, who you know him because you helped us clean up one of his other murders. Yeah, and FP goes over the house and I'm thinking, okay, it's on now because he just found out he had a son and this guy killed him. And he's like, no, I don't want anything to do with this shit. And gets Jughead out of there. So Betty decides to handle matters on her own. Takes Chick out to the cemetery where we see the Black Hood because she set it up. Because the Black Hood was calling her again and she decided rather than just go to the goddamn police that she would, set Chick up with the Black Hood, because the Black Hood's out to get Chick. So she's like, got a gun to a Chick's head. Here comes the Black Hood. And basically it kind of confirms that it's not a copycat. The real Black Hood is back because you see the same actor who's played him in the other episodes, with the hood on, and he's a big guy that he is. So I guess the janitor was either an accomplice or just a patsy. So anyway, the real Black Hood shows up. Betty releases Chick. He starts taking off running, and we're under the impression that Chick got killed. Please let him be dead. I don't want to see that guy come back. It's just, yeah. But like I said, we don't see him die, so. And at the end of the episode, Betty goes back to her mother. Mother's like, what's going on? I got rid of Chick. And then all of a sudden, Betty looks around, and she says, hey, where's my dad? Because he had been there just before she had left. And then she starts thinking, oh, he's the Black Hood. But here's my thing. Yeah, it would make a lot of sense that Hal would be the Black Hood. There's a lot of opportunity for him there as, a reporter. He can dig up information. He knows who's dirty. And, the obsession with Betty, that would make sense because he is her father. Also, the picture of Alice that she got from way back in the day that showed she had some kind of criminal activity. He would probably be the guy who could find that. And, yeah, aside from that, the only real problem is why is he motivated to kill sinners when he was having an affair with a hooker? But maybe he's a hypocrite. I just think he's going to be a big blonde herring, and the biggest reason is those eyes. When they show the Black Hood killer, they make it very apparent that he has green eyes. There is a lot of focus on his eyes and the color of them. Now, the guy who plays Hal has blue eyes, not green eyes like the Black Hood killer. Could they just pretend that he has green eyes even though his eyes are blue? Yeah. But like I said, there's a lot of focus on those goddamn eyes. So I'm thinking, Hal's a blonde herring. And, I'll just stick with my theory that the Black Hood killer is going to be the new sheriff. Because it looks like Sheriff Keller is going to get shit canned or quit. So I think the guy who comes in is going to be the real Black Hood killer. And I'm also going to say that I think they're going to set Hal up as the Black Hood killer. He'll be arrested, sent to jail. The new sheriff will come in, and Archie will take one look at him and see those eyes, those fucking eyes. And he'll see the green, and he will realize that the new sheriff was the Black Hood killer. And I don't think that will be resolved till season 3. And those are my predictions. That's my review. That's all I got for now.